Hello everyone, Bashar here. So we are together with another video, and in this video I'm gonna be talking about an Adonia trick that can save you currency. But be warned, it's actually a little bit annoying to use. I mean, you are going to save your currency, but you are going to get annoyed, right? So let's get into it. Let's say you have, so for the sake of argument, assume that this is a good Adonias, right? Like this one, but with -1 power charges instead of +1, right? So that's some dud Adonias I just got. No, this is very cheap, but as I said, just assume that this is a good one, right? +4, 30 cat speed, but with -1 power charges, right? And we have a bad one here that has the 20% quality. That's very important, right? And +1 max power charges. As you can see, this is not very good, right? So the idea is, so we want to use this when we are, normally fighting, but we want to use this one when we are using the pinnacle of power, right? So what we can do is actually, I go into the map, I put this on. So, and this is the annoying part, we have to put in the supports, right? And then we change our chest to give us power charges. And I go up to 11 and I use the thing, and yeah, there we go, right? And now I can put this back on, then I can put my good Adonia in, which will, so the thing is, I do not have to put these back on, right? At the very least, right? So I can save myself one move. So, uh, yeah, that's about the size of it. So we start off with our good Adonias, the one that we want to use in the map, right? We change it with the bad one. We put the gems in, these four, right? Specifically these four, more duration, 25% of time, not consuming charges. That is important to get the buff right, right? It shaves you some time of that annoying grind, which I will do a video on, I guess. This is the real deal, right? This gives us the benefit of consuming double power charges. So, if when I have 11, that's gonna give me 22, and we have Dialla for additional quality, which gives us an additional percent of damage, but that gets amplified by so much. It actually adds up a lot of damage. Yeah. So the +1 level does not work because the pinnacle power is 20. And the weird thing is when you mouse over it, it says 25 or something like that. Where is it? Yeah. So in here it says 23, but it does work at level 20. You cannot scale it up. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to have your bad Adonias here, right? You have your good Adonias. You go into the map, right? For example, let me just go to a campaign area, doesn't really matter. I go to the last area, the Quachik Vault, right? So now let's assume I'm mapping, right? And I wanna do the buff. So what I do is I put the +1 power charges on. I take the good one out. I put my gems in. And I put the chest on. And I do not put the chest in my inventory. So the support gems in it do not get sent my to inventory. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's okay. I have the buff now. I put this back on, and I put the good Adonias back on, but I do not have to take these support gems, right? Because I'm not ever going to use it again, right? This is going to last the whole map, and this is not a double charge pinnacle of power. If it was a double pinnacle of power, it would be like 4 minutes 40 seconds or something like that with my current setup. So that definitely does not need refreshing. You just do your map and get out. So what does this help you with, right? So you can get an Adonias with good stats and -1 power charge, which is much cheaper than the good stats and +1 power charge, right? And then you get some garbage one with just the +1, right? Well, when I say garbage, you have to have the quality because it improves the quality of the buff. So you don't get, and even the plus skills does not really matter because the pinnacle of power is not affected. So you want a +1 power charges with 20 quality. You don't need anything in it, right? And the other one, hopefully +4, as much cast speed as you can, and could be -1 or 0 power charges, doesn't really matter. So this is the one I use because stuff like these is like 600 divines or so. And listen to this. This is basically 0. This is some few exalted, and this is this is dirt cheap as well. But let's assume that this is +4 and like 25% cast speed or something like that. Those are around 50 divines. So this kind of saves you 550 divines, right? So I know it's annoying, right? Having to change out the stuff, and the change is not that bad, right? But doing the support gems is terrible, I know. But I wouldn't have suggested this if it was saving you like 1 divine or something like that. But it does save you like 500 divine, right? Uh, it is a big save, right? And when you get more comfortable currency wise, you can just grab this one. I actually did this for a short while myself, and found it a little bit unbearable, right? I saved up as much as I could and went for a good Adonia, and luckily I was able to buy this at 200. But yeah, it's a trick that works, right? And it does save you a lot of currency. As I said, this is worth 0. This is worth like a good one, +4 high cast speed, -1, that's like 50. And this stuff is worth around 600, so you save a lot of currency. Yeah, let me know what you think. But final conclusion, it involves you changing 2 items, right? Because this change is unavoidable, right? We have to do this because we don't want power charges on us so that Adonia doesn't screw us. We want to put this chest on and get our power charges, and we also have to do this. But the chest change is not that bad, right? You just do this. Because we do not put this in our inventory, we do not get the support gems socketed out. You just use the ability and tada, right? So that's about it, and I will see you guys in another video, guys. Bye bye.